early.
What's good, folks? We are back. It's
Once
another
again,
episode of Early.
got a friend of the show.
Yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in.
Back
Make sure you
with us,
subscribe before we get into the
Do all of
episode.
that.
You know what I'm
Tell a
saying?
friend, tell your family, all that shit.
But like you said, you know what I'm saying? I try to jump ahead of you, but we do got a friend of the show back on the show with
back
us.
once again.
We got Wealth Gathers in here. What's going
good,
on, brother?
Brody?
What's going on, family?
Yeah, man.
Good.
Appreciate you. Yeah, appreciate you coming on. It's been a little minute since the last time we spoke, bro.
We had a bear cycle separate us, man. But we
Yeah,
back.
man.
We was a bull, got bears.
Yo, you feel me?
Now
Yeah.
back in the bull.
It went full
We
circle.
was out hunting though in the bear. We came back with chinchillas and all that fur coats.
Facts. Wearing that motherfucker.
Exactly. And before we get too deep into the weeds, you know what I'm saying? Some of you people already got context of who you are, but for a lot of the new subscribers and watchers, you know what I'm saying, just give them a brief intro of like who you are and what you're up to these days, and we're gonna get into the rabbit hole.
What's good, everybody? My name is Wealth. I go by the handle Wealth Gathers. Pretty much I just I'm a crypto dude, man. I fell in love with crypto. I've been in it since like 2021 full time. I kind of ran it up on the Solana blockchain. That's where I made my name. That's the home base.
Salon Don. That's what they call it.
They don't me the Salon Don, you feel me? The Godfather, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? But pretty much, man, I just like utilize the blockchain and trading on the blockchain and connect the network with people like Brooke and other people, other folks, and put a community together called the Blockchain Soldiers. And I pretty much got a bunch of traders in there and a bunch of people getting to it. And the last 4 years, we just been stayed down in the trenches, trading, getting money, and we came out the bear cycle. We turned into warlords. That's the new collection I put out. You know what I'm saying? Moving the blockchain soldiers up. Trying to upgrade them, make them more elegant, more cool, more unique. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do, man. I just teach people on board as many people as I can the correct way on how to get it right and get into it with the blockchain and the crypto and the meme coins and all that.
Yeah, the last time you were here, actually, I think is when the blockchain soldiers. I think that's when it was dropping, or when you were dropping. You came here to kind of release that or talk about that for sure. How has things for you like progressed since that time? If you can kind of like give us a sense of what's changed for you from then to now.
One of the biggest changes was we came out around the sort of close to the end of the last cycle, which would be the bull market. So coming out of there,
and you dropped on ETH too, right?
We was originally on ETH, the original collection, small collection, 50 soldiers. And then, as I got more hip and more comfortable on Solana, I decided to drop more collections on Solana. But nothing like these other NFTs, 10,000, 20,000 units, just, 50, 100 units, So I think in total it was like no more than 500 NFTs altogether without I think it's the OGs, Blockchain Soldiers V2, the Undeads, and the Vicari. That's what I was calling the other one because I was putting a little lore together. I like to write lore and backstories and all that. I'll be having stories for days. I like to write and all that. But in total it was like 500 pieces, and pretty much all of them sold out. I put this big community together, and coming off of the bull market, I noticed a lot of people leaving. So we had a real like low period where it was just a few of us. Brooke was one of them. He was there every day with us, just trying to figure it out in the bear market. And I guess the biggest change from then to now would be I kind of established myself more, being able to network and use my network to find plays, figure out ways to get money and help others network and get their bag up and things like that. So I think now more we established. We're a small knit community, but we're more established now, like a lot of more people know about us on Solana. So I think that's the biggest change, us being just more established.
And I want to definitely like talk about, I guess, how you had that foresight, early on. I want to talk about the switching of the chains. I think that was a really important shift right there, because at the time, Ethereum had a lot of volume, and even though it was at the tail end, everybody knew ETH to have the volume. But I would always remember you were saying, like, how is this beneficial when our transactions are costing more than the shit that we're even trying to buy? Sometimes this shit could have been $5 worth, but the gas fee $50, and it's like, bro, I don't know, I can't even come to grips with like how I'm about to pay 10x the actual value. The reason why I talk about that is because, you know, as it was a bear market for about, you know, it was really bearish for 2 years and some change. But then as the shift started happening, I remember you as early as January 2023 telling people, you know, Solana was $8. And you're like, yo, your project was already on the chain at the time. And you were kind of telling people like, yo, bro, like y'all seen the price point of this at one point, right? Don't know why you're not scooping up off the floor. So like, was the main reason that you went over to Solana because it was the fact that the transactions were a lot more seamless and it allowed somebody like you to get more active in terms of like everything costing as much? Or was it more so on some, yo, I feel like Solana is just a chain for the future. This is going to be where it's at. So I just actually want to populate here instead of, you know, building on Ethereum.
So originally when I first came into crypto in early 2021, I think I found Solana in August. I have a screenshot on Coinbase. My first transaction when I first bought Solana, it was like $104. And when I first came to Solana, when I first came to crypto, what intrigued me was NFTs, obviously. And I noticed the difference in the how much easier it was for me to get onboarded onto Solana. Aside from the the transaction costs, just how much more user friendly it was. It was way simpler than Ethereum. Like the MetaMask wallet, it was clunky. It's good. It has a lot of different blockchains within it, like you see Phantom integrated now, but it was a lot going on with Phantom and Solana. It was just simple. Solana, I buy my Solana on Coinbase, I send it to my Phantom wallet. I could go to these different sites and I could DJ and I could do whatever I want. So from early on, I noticed that, and that's what hooked me and kept me in the Solana ecosystem. And then from there, as I got more familiar with it, as I started learning about it, like a lot of people think Solana is fast just because it has low transaction fees. But why Solana is really fast is because the developers created something called C. I think it's sea level or something like that. Look it up, but it's something that has to do with sea level or something like that. Basically, the blocks go perpendicular into from one another, as opposed to it going block by block. They all go at the same time or something like that. So like that kind of caught me because I'm like, all right, well, if we trying to get in front of all these transactions, because it's got bots, all these people are fast, the internet, this, that, the third. You want to be able to do it on a blockchain that's fast. Now, don't get me wrong, Solana's still in beta, so it does have its problems. It has shut down a few times over the last 4 years, but just the ease that it let me get on, and then after getting comfortable and figuring it out, I was just hitting play after play after play and just accumulating Solana that it just drew me there, and then I just stuck with it from 100 to 250 down to 8, and we were back at 140. So I don't know, that's why I stuck through the trenches with it.
Yeah, and it's funny because like in a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, you got to stick through that shit to like, you know what I'm saying, reap the real benefits. But you mentioned the ease of you mentioned the easy onboarding with Solana. And I know you and Brooke too, honestly, like y'all help people in y'all communities onboard you know what I'm saying, with the Solana blockchain and everything like that. What's your process in bringing a complete newbie into crypto in general? You know what I'm saying? Like what's your process with that? How do you help people understand what it's about and then understand how to actually use it?
So the first thing I ever tell anybody that's new to crypto, don't get me wrong, as much as I still love Solana, Bitcoin, that's Big Mama. You feel me? That's Big Mama's house. That's where it started. That's where it's always gonna be.
Absolutely.
You know, like I'll never fade Bitcoin, no matter what. They got all these things going on, order news, inscriptions, and runes, and BRC2. Bitcoin is always gonna be Big Mama. You feel me?
Facts.
So the first thing I always tell anybody, they be like, "Yo, how I get involved with crypto?" I be like, "Yo, buy $1 worth of Bitcoin every day." I even break it down to the Satoshi. Like, yo, listen, the smallest unit of Bitcoin is called a Satoshi. You know what I mean? It's a sat. That's why I even heard the saying, stack your sats. The analogy of the sat is, you see how 100 pennies go into $1? 100 million Satoshis go into one Bitcoin. So essentially, if you accumulate in these Satoshis, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, when they get into crypto, they have this unit bias. They won't put $10 into Bitcoin because of the decimals. Or I'm buying 0.00001 of a Bitcoin.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
But now if
It
you go on
feels like
Cash
you're not
App,
buying anything. That's in your
you know
head.
what
You
I,
think you're
it
not
makes you
buying
feel
anything.
like you're not owning anything, right? But if you go on Cash App and you go into the Bitcoin section and you go scroll down on the settings and it has a display currency, you can actually switch that to Satoshis. I believe $1 is like a few thousand Satoshis. That automatically switches in your mind. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. That's real. That's real
It
point,
makes you
bro.
feel like you're holding something. You're holding more of something.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
you buy a low market cap altcoin or a meme coin, you literally got 100 million. You're like,
You
yo,
got
bro, this shit going to $1.
But I'm asset rich.
Like, nah. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah. So with that being said, the first thing I do tell people is, if you're gonna start this crypto journey, don't just because I love Solana, don't just skip and come. Because at the end of the day, I'm in the casino, bro. Like I learned. Shout out to Bitcoin Lamar. If he's watching this, if he does get to watch this,
Shout out more, man.
shout out Bitcoin Lamar. Shout out Bitcoin Zay, Bitcoin Vegan, all the Bitcoin folks over there at Bitcoin, at Black Bitcoin Billionaires. You feel me? They taught me a lot because they put me out the casino. I'm in the shitcoin casino. I'm in the meme casino. They had to put me aside like, yo, you doing good. You doing good, little bro. But make sure just like how they would in real life. If analogies to the hustlers. The hustlers, the old heads, they tell you, yo, you getting that fast money. Make sure you stack it, put it to the side. So I'm in the shitcoin casino. They telling me like, yo, get some Bitcoin, get some Bitcoin. So the first thing I do when I meet a new person in crypto, I'll be like, yo, get familiar with Bitcoin, learn Bitcoin, understand the power of owning your assets, understand the power of full ownership of digital, your digital currencies and all that. And then I move them over to, all right, well, you got $100 to invest in crypto a week and you putting 70, 80 into Bitcoin, you take a little 20, buy $10 of Solana, $20 of Solana. Then you take five of that. Then you come in this shitcoin casino, you know what I'm saying, and play around with it. I don't like to just throw them full fledged into the highway. I try to walk them on there, and little by little, download the different wallets, teach them what is what, teach them about bridging, conversions, things of that nature. And that's how I go about it, man. But it all starts with Bitcoin, no matter what. It all starts and it all ends with Bitcoin, no matter what.
And to add to that too, can you also talk about how you've gone about networking within the space? Because let's talk about like people that are coming into the space and maybe not have too much funds, or maybe they got some funds to play with, but still kind of lost in the sauce. Like, where do I go? One thing that I noticed with you, it's kind of like I'm seeing the fruits of the labor pay off in real time. You've been doing a lot of, like, how do I say, stamping other collectives, groups, projects throughout the years, you know what I'm saying? And it's like one hand washed the other. It's kind of like came back, and those same people now, they might, you'll call it like, I got some alpha that came across my desk, you know what I'm saying? Like, or you'll have white lists that you'll be like, yo, first you'll drop it in the group and you'll be like, yo, I got 20 white lists, first come, first serve, here they go, you know what I'm saying? But all of these things, they don't just come off the fly. They came because you have been providing value to other groups as well. So can you even speak to the importance of somebody that's coming into the space and may not think they have too much of anything? Can you tell them even like just the value of being present and actually just trying to provide value to others, and how that can also, how you can parlay that into your own success?
So the one thing people need to know that's coming into the space is we still very small. Even though it's a lot of money, trillions of dollars in crypto, it's not a lot of people. So when you come into the space and you got that hunger and you want to learn, of course you're gonna come across knuckleheads just like you would do in any community, any niche, any, you know what I'm saying, whether it's skateboarding, basketball, whatever. You're gonna come across the people that know it all, that don't want to help. But for the most part, a lot of people in crypto, they want to educate, they want to onboard, they want to bring new people in. So as you venture in, and we do everything on Twitter/X, the platform. Shout out Elon, you know what I'm saying? Just being able to navigate, getting on Twitter, because that's what a lot of the stuff is for crypto, is on crypto Twitter. That's what we call CT. Just being open to letting people know I'm new, I want to learn, venture out, go into Twitter spaces, be a listener foremost. Don't try to get on stage and ask too many questions in the beginning, because a lot of people, especially now that we a lot more into it, like, and now we have all these open forums. Crypto used to be very sheltered before. It was very, like in the corner, in the cut, on Reddit forums or 4chan, or these, like, real private places that people didn't really know about. Now it's more open. It's on Twitter. It's on, this bigger platform. A lot of people, now I wouldn't say a lot, but some people, they might not want to be they're not in the educational time. They don't want to teach people, but there's a lot of people that do. So I would
But
say,
to that point though, bro, as you saying that, right? Because you actually, you used to be in the spaces every day, but you kind of transitioned into, nah, I'm holding that for the community and Discord only. So could you even speak to that transition? Because, like, I guess initially, right, you need to see what the feeling, what the sentiment is. But I feel like sometimes you could get to a point, once you start giving out so much value, you have to ask your question, are people extracting value from me and it's not being reciprocated? And if that's the point, it's like, I'm making people bags. I'm making people real bags, and I'm not getting any in return. So it's like, why do that?
So to that point, like Brooke said, I used to host a big space. Shout out to TJ. Every morning, 300-400 people in there, 500 people in the space. We educating on everything, not only just crypto options, real estate, everything, side hustles, whatever. And then it got to a point where it's like, all right, like, there's not much monetization on Twitter. Not that we, obviously, everything, people want to make money off what they do, because we put in time into this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It gets to a point where two things happen. One, you don't feel like, it's reciprocated. You're not getting, paid for it, but you're taking your time to teach people and educate people. And then it gets to a point where you're educating people, and some people don't take it as seriously as you. Some people are there just to pass the time. Some people are not really there to really learn this and figure out trading or reading charts or how the blockchain works or how to do different things, whether it is options or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, you have to be able to be like, all right, like I did. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm only gonna focus on the people that's around me that's hungry and that want to learn this and want to make money. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Until I'm getting paid for it, from, like, like, to do it. That's it. So that's where the point I'm in now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and going back to Brooks' point, me having the big spaces platform that I did a few years ago and being able to network with all the different peoples, because I got a lot of people that follow me on Twitter, different KOLs, which is the new term that they call for influencers, which is a key opinion leader. They make
Key opinion leader.
Cole.
KOL. KOL. That's what they call
it. It's a red flag though.
It's a red flag.
He's a Cole.
Really? That's like it's like a negative connotation.
Your opinion is the key, huh? Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you a gatekeeper.
You're a key opinion leader.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Wait, so because like I ain't been on Twitter in so long. Is people calling themselves this, or people describe other people as this?
The new word for influencer, right?
Yeah.
So the Coles or the wealth.
So it's like, so hold on. Is it like I would say, oh, Brooke is a KOL, or would Brooke say, or is it like Brooke would call himself a KOL, and I would be like, why are you calling yourself that?
Yeah, people always refer to Coles like Khaled refers to they. They'll be like, them. They don't want to see us win.
Okay.
The Coles. People will be like, the Coles. We need the Coles to buy in. Or the Coles, they manipulated the project.
I got you.
Or and the same thing with the Cabal.
Yeah.
So the Cabal is like the inner group. They're like, the Cabal, they're gonna send it. And it's like, bro.
Okay.
It's funny. Insiders,
I got you.
Influencers,
people with big followings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or they'll get allocation for the project.
Yeah.
And they're hyping the project up. Meanwhile, they did not buy it. They were gifted
like what
the token
Logan Paul did with whatever the fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then once it's going up, I'm selling this free bag that I just got. It's just 5x.
Yeah.
I'm out. Like, what are we talking about?
You
know, so yeah, that's a lot of that shit happening in space.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, like you said, Twitter, I guess it's still that space for forward movement of like the meme coin space, right?
The thing about the thing is like that's still where the conversation is taking place.
Yeah.
Now, if you're new to it, you need to be able to distinguish what is
what's
quality
real and
information and what is actually bullshit. And
how does one do that? How would one do that? Like, you gotta pick who you listen to, and I mean, to be honest, it's gotta follow y'all. Like, what's
to be
honest
with you, not like, well, you know what, 100%. What we're gonna link is link the link to the OnlyBans. So me and Wealth are moderators within the OnlyBans Discord group. You got Teej on the options. You got Pico on the bets. And you got me and Wealth really covering everything within the crypto. And then as well as, you know, Wealth does have the blockchain soldiers. And, you know, he can tell y'all how you can get up in there nowadays, because it's definitely changed as time has went on. And I also have my Telegram as well, too. So to your point, you should definitely tap in with us. Mm-hmm. But never minding that, the best way, bro, is time in the space. A lot of time people want to. It's like this. There's ways to play it. You can't expedite the learning of this shit. You really just got to take time in it. But if you want to have exposure, it's like there's two ways you can go about it. You can go ahead and put some money in a meme and not look. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and give it that. Check back in 6 months, bro. And if you have that discipline and not care about you know what I'm saying? Cool. That's what you should do. For people that want to, I want to, you know, paper trade. You just want to come in and get. It's like maybe you should take your time and just see, or at least don't come in crazy with big money. Like start with half a soul. And try to work your bag up. Wealth, you know, speak to your like soul challenges. Wealth would take $40 to $1,500 to be like, just to show y'all it's not like a rocket science type of thing, you know?
Yeah, tell us how you do that. Well,
all right. So I'm gonna show you this. This is trade right now from Wealth, right? Okay, so, and this is just pure luck. Like, this is not me. Like, I'm not a KOL. I'm not an insider, or whatever the case may be. Okay, can I switch the camera? I can.
Let's see. All right. Hey.
All right. So, Todd came across my desk today. Now, I didn't call this because I'm not gonna lie, I've been getting a little wreck rate lately. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Wasn't, you know, but as you can see right here, because we've moved on to trading in the Telegram, right?
Yep.
Is it coming through clear or right?
Yeah, 1.4 sold. We got 211 and profit. Yours that what?
I bought $20 of this coin at 94K.
Yep.
It's at 920 right now.
920.
Yes, I'm up 858.
So that's 850% profit right there, isn't it?
Yes, that's an 8x.
Wow,
that's what we call an 8x.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah,
I bought that all the way down here, and we all the way up here, and it wicked.
And was this something that you held for? Was this at the beginning of the top of the day, or is this something you? How long was this time frame?
I literally called this. Let's check. I probably called this 3 hours ago.
I'm tweaking, bruh. I didn't see. That's
crazy.
Oh my god!
In 3 hours, that shit has gone up 800%.
That's how it happened, bro.
Yes. And it wasn't even I literally seen it, and I was doing a million things at once. So the first place I put it is Blockchain Soldiers Discord. I usually blast my calls out to many different Discords, many different Telegrams, blah 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 blah. But it was so low, it actually rubbed when I first bought it, and it got CTO'd, which is the term community takeover. That's when the community, quote unquote, takes the reins of the project and the token. But what it really is, it's an orchestrated takeover. It's a CTO community takeover, but the team behind the takeover have things like market makers, They are well connected with social media influencers.
Can you tell people what market makers are for the people that don't know?
Market makers are pretty much, for layman's terms, the people that control the chart and keep the volume going. Buys and sells, buys and sells, buys and sells, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because retail people can't do that alone. You know what I'm saying?
Bots, basically. People just have the bots doing automatic.
Yes, with a lot of money. You know what I mean? And that's on everything. Stocks, options.
Right.
There's market makers in every facet of trading and investing. So it's not just crypto. But on a smaller scale, you see it a lot more because we're dealing with things that are so low market cap.
Right. Yeah.
So it came across my desk. I literally just put 0.1 in it at 100K market cap. It actually went down to like 30K. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna put another 0.05 in it. There's like a total 0.14, which is, you see, $20, which is now over $200 in a couple hours. That's how it is. That's how it happens, bro.
Yeah. But like you said, it is the casino, right? So how many, like, there's joints, I'm sure, that you'll put bread on that go nowhere, right?
Zero. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yesterday I
so that's why you only put something like $20. You're not going, you know what I'm saying, put something that's going to hurt you in there, right?
You can. I over leverage all the time.
Yeah.
Between yesterday and another day, I probably lost like 3 souls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Luckily, now again, I'm playing with amounts of money that I can spare. This is not my long-term portfolio. This is not money when, you know, I sell to everybody. I made a good money in the beginning of the bull when I came in, and when Solana went down to $800, I took $1,500 out of stables USDC and put it into Solana at $8. So
see, so by the time it came up, and everybody like bull market here, you're like, I'm up.
Yeah,
I'm
you
up.
Know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say I caught it at exactly 8. I think I had put 1,500 in, like around $12. So it was like, hold on, I think I got a total of like almost 100 something sold, 150 sold, something like that. Like,
that's nice.
So that long term bag for me has been able to help me generate more funds. You know what I'm saying? In the long run. So I wouldn't say I'm playing with rent money or I'm playing with money that I need to take care of my daughter or my responsibilities. This is
absolutely.
I make a play, I take some out, I leave some in, I go on to the next day. So that'll be the other tip I'll give people. Don't put money into the market, crypto, options, stocks, whatever that you
any market
need.
that you need.
Any market. Market.
That's like lesson 101, but you'll be surprised to see like motherfuckers that don't. Oh my God, this actually reminds me, bro. I was on, y'all be on Reddit at all?
Yeah.
I was on Reddit one time and I seen this dude, he got like 70K inheritance from like his grandma or some shit. Put that shit on like IBM or something, like right before it tanked. You know what I'm saying? And then this thing was on Reddit, like, yeah, like he when he did it, he was like, "Oh, follow me on this journey. I'm going all in or whatever." That shit tanks like maybe 2 days later, and then he comes back and he's like, "I don't know what I'm gonna tell my parents." Like, yeah, that shit was funny, but also sad because like niggas was really like, bro, like, this is just a tough lesson you had to learn. Like, you never do that. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's funny because on the opposite end of that, you'll hear stories of niggas that, like, you know, came up off of that a move like that. You know what I'm saying? So you do never know. But that's why it's always important to just like not use shit that you actually need. Like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody gives you inheritance money, that means that's like unexpected money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not what you were working for. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, that's an important point though.
And that's usually the bread you should act as if you get it, just get and just
away, that's what you should do. Facts. Let me take it to the casino.
100%.
No, that's facts.
100%.
Or put it into something IRL. Like I've come across a lot of people who made a lot of money in crypto. They take it out and they invest it into businesses or real estate.
Yeah, real estate or something.
Long term that's gonna actually
that's got a long track record.
That's facts,
bro. You know what I mean? Like that should be the goal here. Like in crypto, obviously there's a learning side to the blockchain because there's a lot of valid use cases for blockchain technology. But this other side, this trading side, if you make money, any type of money, take some of that and put
it somewhere else.
That's the difference in your check when you get your check and you like, damn, money got $20 left, but I got $200 in my trading account. Take 100 out of it. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
that's what I also teach
100%.
people too. Yeah, that part.
100%, bro. And one thing, and then I definitely want to just get into is can you talk about, I guess, the difference between the major market caps, the mid market caps, and then the shitters within the meme coins, and then just talk about the ones that you got your eye on moving forward in this cycle that you like. Yo, I would put it on the watch list if I were you.
Mm, The majors, things like you can't get Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in a different class. So we're not even going to talk about Bitcoin because Bitcoin is just like, think of that like your savings account because
it's the gold.
Yeah,
Right?
I was even gonna say that's kind of closer in similarity to like one of those long-term plays, like
Right,
you know what I'm
like your
saying, like how we were talking
401k,
about like
your Roth
stocks and like
IRA.
real estate.
Yeah,
Like Bitcoin is more stable
it's that.
in that kind
there's
of
only
world.
ever 21 million Bitcoin that's ever going to be in existence. We're actually coming up on, I think there's only 1.9 million coins left to
Yeah.
be let out in
Left to be mine.
circulation,
Yeah.
Yep.
something like
Yep.
that. Yeah, which for those people that's not familiar with Bitcoin,
I think HBO dropped the doc today, didn't they?
they will be dropping the documentary today, so make sure y'all go check
Yeah, I'm
that
gonna
out.
watch that. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. So
Bitcoin. But
they
long
heard of
story
it.
short,
No.
Basically, they think they kind of know who it was type
Who's
shit. So it's
Satoshi
Satoshi. Yeah.
Nakamoto?
So everybody's been talking about this doc. So
Oh,
we'll
word.
see.
What they're gonna reveal it in the doc?
That yeah.
That's the way to get. That's the way to get motherfuckers to watch, whether they do or not. That's the way to get motherfuckers to watch for
That's
sure.
facts. It's facts.
yeah, so I will definitely be checking that out. But just when it comes to the majors, things like your Ethereums, your Solanas, one that I'm really looking at, and I'm not gonna lie,
Sweet.
I've utilized. You already read my mind, Sui. It's about $2 now.
$2.
I
Yep.
think when I got one of my biggest airdrops that I ever got in crypto, which was my Jupiter airdrop, which was an airdrop that I got from the Jupiter exchange,
Yep.
which is a decentralized exchange that you utilize to swap between different currencies on the Solana blockchain. Um, I had got like, I think like almost 10,000 coins, and they have
Tough.
opened up at like 70 cents and went as high as
Tough.
$2.
Bro, I got 200 Juke coin just for making one transaction that I listened to one time. And I was like, it was nice little $200. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Just
Yeah.
airdrop.
Yeah, the airdrop game is crazy. It slowed down a little bit. It got a little farmy, but
Yeah,
just
man. What?
like Brooke, going back to what Brooke said, you could have no knowledge and you just utilizing these platforms. Some of them you don't even need any money to do a transaction on them. Maybe a few dollars or something just to get a transaction to have your wallet eligible for an airdrop. And it could lead you to potentially thousands of dollars or even hundreds
They
of
saying
thousands.
Sweet probably be the next Solana of this cycle. That's what they
I'm
keep saying.
saying so. I've utilized a lot of blockchains. I like Sui, low transaction fees, just as fast as Solana. I think it's not in beta. I think it's actually the full thing. I think it has a lot of legs to run to maybe five. In my prediction, I see it going from $5 to $30, maybe even more. So that's
Right.
one thing you can buy it on Coinbase right now. Also get
Right.
familiar with taking your assets off of Coinbase and off these exchanges, getting the direct wallet that goes with these corresponding blockchains. So for Sui, I believe it's the Elio wallet. You can look all this up on YouTube. Just type in wallets for this blockchain, wallet for that blockchain. But
Right.
I like Sui. I like Ton, which is the blockchain for Telegram.
Telegram. Yeah.
Even though it's got a lot of slack because of the founder for Telegram getting arrested.
All
I don't know
right.
if y'all saw when I switched my phone over. I'm utilizing a Telegram bot to actually trade meme coins on
Yep.
Solana. I think Ton is a good one. That's as far as price wise, is not as high as a Solana or Ethereum, hundreds and thousands of dollars that you can
Right.
invest little 5, 10, $20 and $30 in every couple now and then and accumulate it and just try to have a bag for it. But as far as the majors, Solana, even though I don't like ETH, I would say ETH is a major that you could consider good. Um, Now when it comes to the mid caps and all that stuff, like I either just stack Solana or I'm in the casino and I'm in the meme
Well,
coin casino,
give
which is
give
we've had
people
the
three.
longest.
Give people three memes. 3 favorite memes if people had to be on it, like we had said earlier. If you had to be on your 3 to 6 month tip and you don't gotta touch it, they don't gotta go to trade. And what's 3 memes you could be like, you know what? If you hold these, you'll probably be all right.
So with the memes, it's like like I said, Bitcoin is in a class of his own.
Right.
Bitcoin is in a class of his own. Just to name a few. Here's
the thing with me. Don't hold me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Watch this shit. Hold me to
Here's
it.
the thing with me. When it comes to memes, because I trade them so much, I be in so many memes so early.
You don't get attached to none of them.
Right, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? And
they're not like children. They're like they're like accessories. You know what I'm saying? Like they're hoes. You know
and they all have different.
What you done with them? You done with them?
You heard of Mudang, right?
The little hippo.
Oh, Mudang, yo, bro.
The little hippo.
Yes.
Somebody in our group called Mudang.
Shout out Spoon, man.
Shout out
fucking
Spoon,
crazy.
Perk at 90K market cap, right? Watch this. We looked in the chart today. I did the long tour to say he called it at 90,000 market cap. It went as high as almost 400 million. From the time he called it 27 days ago to 300 million, that was a 364 million% gain.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. You know what I did to myself, bro? And I was literally I was laughing at myself. My dumbass sold. I had about 6,000 Mudang. Sold that shit at fucking 5 million. I went back when it was around that million cap and put in the same amount as if I had it. Bro, my fucking like 0.15 soul was worth just under 6 soul if I just had held it. And I was just like 0.15. Fuck was I selling that? What was I trying to do with that?
Yeah.
Like 6 soul, 21 days. Yeah. Like now it's a month. Like, but it's crazy. It's crazy.
So when it comes to memes, I'm not gonna lie. Brooke will probably be a better person to tell you. Like, if you ask me, the memes that are more common would be the ones that are like a Pepe. Like I'm sure you know what Pepe is, right?
Facts, for sure. Pepe. I still tell person buy Pepe.
I
tell a normie that I want to buy a meme. I'll tell them buy Pepe, bro. Unless you really want to get some trench shit. Buy Pepe and don't think of it. You'll get a 10x.
Well, give your 3 and then Brick give his 3. Let's see if y'all got similar ones.
I'm always gonna go with Solana, right? Because I'm a Solana native, so I like Bonk. I think Bonk is really good
facts. OG.
It's not so much of a meme anymore because they have a full-fledged team. It's like an organization. They have every Solana breakpoint. They sponsor a lot of things.
But they kind of started this shit off for real. So Bonk gonna have his day.
Low key. So I like 100%. Bonk. On Soul, honestly, it's so many that came about in the last year. You got Popcat, you got Michi, you got Whiff, you got Trump. I don't know if you know what a Trump is. Trump is basically the derpy version of Trump. So we have these things on crypto where they're like derpy derivatives. So instead of Bowden is instead of
Bowden is the most craziest drop I ever seen. That shit was almost 1 billion. I think that shit right now is 3 mil.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? Bowden is the derpy version of Biden. You know what I'm saying? So we have the presidential memes. It's just so many to name, and a lot of them are above 100 mil, 200 mil. Like recently, we had Geeko, the cat, which is the first
ran crazy
text-based cat on the internet, which is basically like you see how you have all these little symbols on the keyboard. They put them together to make a cat, you know. So don't ask me. My favorite ones is always gonna be the ones that I'm in every day. Hell
yeah,
I'm in Todd right now, 90K.
That's the one, whichever one you in the moment.
You know, I don't know it's gonna be the next one, but I can tell you the best performing ones. Go ahead, bro.
I tell my 3 just again because to Wealth's point, man. I can really divvy these up into so many sectors of meme coins. Like he was just getting into the political memes. That's a whole thing. Like especially as elections are ramping up and Kamala's coin, fucking this nigga Wealth hit a fucking like a 600x on Kamala booty.
It was
Kamala booty.
54x on Kabooti. It was Kamala Harris.
Kabooti.
It was the AI with an AI sound like, yo, this is fucking crazy. So there's sectors of it, but I'll say one called this in the Tejas fucking Discord, gave this to people at 4.8 mil Sigma. Definitely, and right now it's probably about $45 million market cap. That will go to $100 million and beyond. I have no problem saying that. Sigma is a one meme people should definitely look out for. Another meme I would say people will look out for, Retardio. Return to God it's called Retardio. And the reason why I would say that's a buy, again, as a high market cap, it's around $86 million market cap now, is because throughout this whole cycle, it's been, if you own a Retardio, you're calling the plays. I know Wealth sees it. A lot of these fucking people within that community are the ones pumping these coins. A lot of these pumps are orchestrated pumps. They're not random. So a lot of people that I've seen within that community have definitely been pushing coins throughout the year, the whole year. It was the Miladies, and I know Wealth familiar with that community. I've seen a lot of, and I still do somewhat, but the Retardios are really fucking going crazy. So I would say Sigma, Retardio, and another one that I think a lot of people forgot about that will probably melt faces as well as Nub. I think Nub as well, early on, they went as high as about like $70-80 million market cap. Then a lot of, I guess, haters just kind of sabotaged, got their Twitter suspended because they kind of had like their cartoons in their fucking skits was kind of dark, kind of going OD. So they kind of got off of, they got them off of X, but that shit's back at around $21-22 million market cap. So Sigma, Retardio, and Nub, I would definitely tell people those are like, I guess, the major meme coins of this cycle so far. And again, like We've said, there's so many other shits that you can get into and expose yourself to. But to be honest, I don't want to like hype it up, but the market is getting to that point in the time. Wealth, tell me if you agree with this. Because, throughout this whole year, I'm like, yo, it's getting bullish. It's getting bullish. This bull market coming. But I'm like, you know what? I know the bull market not here because still, it took people that knew what the fuck they were doing in crypto to make money this year with crypto. If you knew what you was doing, there was hella bags for you to eat. But the normal person could not have came into this space and just ate. It would have really been on some luck type shit. And I'm like, nah, I remember there was a time where you could close your eyes, throw money at the market, and you're going to be up. It's not there yet. But now with how I've seen these memes have been catching traction, I'm like, damn, this time around going to be way better than NFTs.
I was about to say, even with NFTs, there was a time where 100%. You could close your eyes, buy 100%. Something, and then that shit 100%. Like skyrockets in value. You know what I'm saying?
So what's happening right now, and I heard people call it a while ago, the difference between this cycle and last cycle is no more utility. Memes are leading the markets now. Memes, our whole existence, everything is memes.
Nobody care about the tech, bro.
Life is a meme.
Was saying in the space, nobody care about the tech. They just want the bread.
And what's funny is that like it used to be that people would tell their stories around the tech of stuff around the tech and community. Like even if it wasn't really there, they would manufacture some shit to make it seem like, oh, this is good. You know what I'm saying? Like this gives you access to this, and like we're working on this game that's associated. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all that shit. Now people just like drop that and just like fuck it. Like,
memes
do you want
easier.
this shit?
Fuck that, bro.
Like,
coin. Buy the coin, and it's way more like Murad was saying at that convention. The memes, he's like, bro, it touches on like psychology, human. Everybody wants to belong to something. Yeah. Everybody knows what the goal is. Yeah. To just run it up. So it's like now you're in you're part of this community where everybody's goal is to just make fucking money off of this coin. And as opposed to the thing about this is a really great point. When you come into talking about altcoins and these other types of projects where it's based on the tech, these are VC funded coins. They have the majority of the capital. The beautiful thing in these meme coins is you can see the holder ratio and be like, the top holder has 3% of the coin, as opposed to an altcoin where you're like, yeah, they've locked up fucking 35-40% of the coin. It's a vastly different market in terms of you're just like, yo, at least it feels as if it's allocated a lot more evenly, and people can't just dump it and they're like, oh, developments. It's just like, bro, you just You just dumped $50 million clip.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean developments? You know, so. But yo, Wealth, don't want to keep you here too long. We really appreciate you, bro, for giving us an update in terms of like how things are going on with the market right now. But before we jet, though, I want you to actually tell people how they can tap in with you and also how they could be a part of the community if they actually trying to, you know what I'm saying, be guided and not be lost in the sauce. Tell them what they got to do to be able to be, you know, surrounded by people that know what they're doing in this space.
So as you can see, my handle there is Wealth Gathers. That's where you can find me on Twitter. As of right now, to get into the Discord, you gotta hold a Warlord, which is the upgraded version of the Blockchain Soldiers. NFT collection that we have is only 80 supplies, so it could ever only be such a small amount of people. What I did was I grandfathered in the people that already held Blockchain Soldiers in the past. So they basically are in already, and then for the newer people that want to get in, they basically just gotta buy a Warlord, which is on the Solana blockchain. If you hit me up and you're truly interested in getting in, I can walk you through the steps on how to get some Solana and buy a Warlord. But that's pretty much where I'm at. Or another place that I hang out and I moderate and I'll definitely share some of my insights and stuff like that is in the Only Bands Discord. Shout out to T, shout out to Brooke, shout out to Pico. I'm in there, on the daily, helping people learn and everything. So you can hit me up to get access to either or, but majority of the information that I share is in those two Discord and in Brooke's Telegram as well. So you can hit up Brooke and get in there, and I do share insight as well inside those three different locations. So hit me either me or Brooke up, and we'll help you get situated with that.
For sure.
Facts.
Yo,
appreciate you coming through, bro.
Through back again,
it's very dope catching up and everything, bro.
Likewise.
Man.
Until the next time, bro. We're gonna do a live joint in New York next time.
Definitely. Let's do it. Appreciate y'all, brothers, man.
The UFC match,
early. Let's get into some basketball talk. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a lot that's been going on since the last time me and you was together. The preseason, I guess, is underway at this point, right? Yeah. Oh my God, I just saw.
Always just a reminder of this season's almost.
It reminds me, bro.
It's just like
yeah. Because and also too, it's kind of like it sets the tone of like where we are in the year. Because like October is it's like the start. It's football season. It's like football season's fully underway, but it's like basketball season's coming back. You know what I'm saying? So like first week of October, you're like, okay, like it smells like basketball's coming back.
2024, as a basketball fan, I truly feel spoiled. It never actually leaves us, man. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, I have been late to the WNBA, y'all. That shit is really.
Oh, have you been watching the WNBA this year?
It's entertaining, man. It's really.
It's
Caitlin Clark definitely. I mean, that whole.
Did she officially win Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, she won it.
Yeah.
She won it. But A'ja Wilson was really good.
A'ja Wilson is on another level.
Appreciating, and I've been watching it, and I'm like, yo, bro, this is actually mad. I'm engaged. Like, I'm like, this is interesting.
A lot of the conversation was about like when Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and them were all, even Cameron Brink to a degree, like when they were all drafted, a lot of the conversation was like, oh, like now it's going to be entertaining. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that played through. Like it did become entertaining this year, because people, anybody that knows me knows, like if sports is on, I'm liable to watch it. So I've watched women's basketball games before,
right?
You know what I'm saying? It's like there's actually storylines that people are following in the media now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're like people are tapping into, and from a media standpoint, like we're keeping the name alive in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
One thing that's funny is like, because I'm like, damn, I'm definitely in that Reese and Clark boat in terms of it took all of this commentary on all of this that finally made me watch. But on the flip side, it kind of made me be like, damn, I've been tripping. It's always probably been this lit, but these two coming into the league, because I'm like, I'm watching a game that didn't have any of them in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh cool. Shit. But like they're out the playoffs.
But
so I'm like,
the Fever?
Like, yeah. Like I'm watching a game like Caitlin Clark out the playoffs.
Yeah.
Fucking Angel Reese, they didn't make the playoffs. And I'm like, but I am watching because of all of
that, all the culmination
that they were a large responsible. So I give them that. I'm on that boat, but it made me realize that this shit lit. Like,
to your point though,
balling,
they are right. But I think that with the evolution of even like the NBA, like the game of basketball has just changed. It's become more of a flashy, entertaining kind of thing. And people would always say like women's basketball is still like fundamentally sound. Like that's what it is. But that's become more like, and I'm not saying Caitlin Clark introduced it, but she made it like very entertaining watch wise. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that transpired to people, more eyes just coming to the game. You know what I'm saying? From a TV standpoint, and people being able to show like, no, like I can be flashy too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Cool because there wasn't like 2024 for her has been kind of nuts.
It's like she never stopped. It was like she played the championship and then a week later she was drafted.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like she played out that she didn't get to the championship.
They didn't get to the championship?
No,
they lost.
They lost it.
Yeah.
They lost it. It was
they lost to South Carolina.
Yeah, right. But fucking but yeah, I saw that to say she just kind of carried that in stride, her hype as a college player, and did not drop it.
It didn't drop at all.
And I think that's a huge feat.
Yeah.
But shout out to even Angel Reese too. She broke the fucking record, not for rookies, the rebound record in a single season. Period. Crazy. I was like, damn, like shout out to y'all. Y'all really like this shit lit. Like, and the reason why I even brought that up again is just like, yo, again, as a if you're a basketball fan,
basketball is year round at this point.
We get it year round.
Because we just coming off we coming off the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's like, yo, bro, it's really fucking awesome because now I'm like, are you telling me the season's about to start?
Season's about to start.
Oh my fucking
God. And the reason I had stopped when we was talking about preseason, I saw Ja Morant hurt himself in the first preseason game. Did you see that? He like I don't know what it is, but he had to leave the game. He like rolled his ankle, had to like leave the game, and I don't think he returned. But I didn't hear about like, you know what I'm saying, what the diagnosis was.
Seen him fucking jump to the fucking sky to pin something. So
did he?
He was going. He's 100.
He's back up.
He was going 100 in preseason. So it don't.
But one of the big news that dropped like right before training camp and right before like preseason started was Karl Anthony Towns getting traded to the Knicks for Julius Randle and DiVincenzo. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, when I heard that,
the second round pick.
Yeah. When I heard that, I was like, damn, we're not even gonna be able to see Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, all of that. Like, we're not gonna see all of that like come together. You don't care about that? Nah. You think Cat is a good pickup?
I think it's a win. It's a win-win
for both teams.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, though, in the rare case, I'm like, maybe the Wolves might have won in a rare case, because usually whoever got the best player won.
Yeah,
Cat is the best player. You're like, let's not get it twisted. Cat is better than Julius Randle, and I do think it fits New York better. One, Cat is like arguably the best shooting big man.
Yeah.
Whereas opposed to Julius loved to shoot. Don't mean he the best, but he let us shoot that shit.
You like ISO too. You let to put the ball on the floor.
You know what I'm saying? I think Cat is just a lot more complimentary. Cat is a better defensive player. They needed that, especially getting rid of Hartenstein.
Yeah.
You were really small, and now I'm hearing talks that Mitchell Robinson might be gone.
I heard he's hurt.
Yeah. Oh, he's hurt now?
Yeah, I think he's like still recovering from something from last year.
Wow.
I think.
I just heard he was in trade talks, and I was just like, you need him. You need to keep him. Like you need some depth there. But so I do like that move a lot for the Knicks. But on a personality tip, I do love Julius Randle with Anthony Edwards.
They're both two dogs. Like, and you know what I'm saying?
You got Dante. The thing about it, I feel like Dante felt the way that his role would be lessened. Not lessened, but
it's not going to pick up after what he did last playoffs. It's not going to pick up. It's going to stay the same. But also, too, like he had the
ironic thing is, it's your role last year is kind of going to be similar on the Wolves. It's not like the Wolves.
I was going to say,
you're still going to come off the bench.
I was going to say his role on the Knicks, especially in the playoffs, was pure necessity. Like they started dropping bodies like crazy in New York, and like he stepped the fuck up. So like I feel like his trade capital was as high as it'll ever be. You know what I'm saying? Like he might not even have like a run like he had last playoffs ever again in his career. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in the GM office shaking everybody here like, yo, we did a good move.
Yeah,
we did it. We got Julius and Dante.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Because Cat is a serious player. And the thing is, the Wolves did that because they're banking on Naz Reid to take a step up.
Taking that Cat spot.
Naz Reid is really tough. Yeah. And because of the PT, you can only get him in so much with the rotation.
What year is Naz Reid?
He's about to be in his I think he's third year pro.
Because
third year pro.
The reason I asked that is because, there's players who he won 6 Man of the Year, right?
I think he did.
Yeah, there's players that they're better when they're not focused on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It remains to be seen with Naz Reid with me, but I feel like if he gets into that spot where like he's a focal point, let's key on him. Is he still going to be as effective?
You gotta just peep how he's tough. Naz is just playing the role that he was given. He's somebody that need more minutes. He's actually really tough. And this is the thing. Cat's you got to play it right. Cat's contract that's going to be due that you have to pay him. It's going to be way more than what Naz is going to
be expecting.
Yeah. So you got to do this to maintain a team that is contenders while you have Anthony. That is the main thing, to give Anthony a team to contend with. So you need to shift the parts around. So it's like, Julius will be way more cost efficient.
Yeah.
And you got Julius and Dante. They're already on. Julius will actually might have his contract come out next year, and then they'll go about it. But that was the same thing because Cat situation. Dante, I think, is already locked.
Yeah.
So he doesn't even have to go anywhere. So Timberwolves really.
Yeah, and I do think Dante DiVincenzo, he's a good player.
I mean, Knicks, you got Macau, bro, y'all already made crazy moves.
They're kind, they're kind of.
The Knicks made good moves. So
who do you think? Where do you rank these teams in the East? Hold on, I'm about to give you some teams. Let me tell me where you put them. 1, 2, 3.
I want to see what you go. It's tricky.
The Celtics, the Knicks, the Sixers.
On paper, I'd like to say Celtics, Sixers, Knicks. But what I think it'd probably be is Celtics, Knicks, Sixers. My true expectation, what it should be, but I do not believe it will be.
Sixers,
it should be Sixers, number 1, Celtics, number 2, Knicks, number 3. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
But Embiid's health. That's for Embiid, it's health.
Yeah.
You really don't know. He's 30. He's a 10-year vet. These things don't get better. Embiid has been here a long time.
Yeah.
As elite as he is, injuries when it's playoff time. Paul George, serious questions.
Yeah.
Maybe now that you're a fucking third string,
third option.
Now you don't have that. I said,
third string.
So pissed off.
Third option.
Now that you're a third option, a player as capable as you, maybe you really can just ball now and you don't feel that pressure. Because Maxey's
number 1, right?
Maxey going,
or maybe number 2.
I think it benefits them if Embiid allows Maxey to be the one because he is capable of that.
Yeah.
You need to back him up.
Yeah.
Do what Shaq and Kobe could not get right. Be that. You got it, cuz it's you. It's you now, Maxey. I see it.
It is an ego play,
and Maxey
because you can still
he's so egoless. So it's it's so.
I'm saying for Embiid, it would take him just being look, it don't matter.
No
I know I'm the MVP candidate.
Games,
yeah.
And then you're playing on one leg in a play, bro. The whole season, my whole thing with Embiid, the whole season
70
was he was just he would not even pass. He was just trying to go dummy. And I was
get that MVP.
I don't know what you're trying to prove.
I think he was trying to win MVP.
He was trying to win MVP and I'm just bruh, just
win a championship. Try to win a championship.
You're doing shit that I know you could drop 40 every night.
Yeah.
You think that's how you play to win that's not sustainable.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about it. The Celtics, though, they're gonna be hell, man. They ain't going. They're tough.
Not going nowhere. They're tough. And they still got just their pieces.
You didn't name teams like the Cavs. Or the Cavs.
What the Cavs got going on?
The Cavs just bringing everybody fucking back, and they who did they? They made an addition to the team too. I forgot, but I think Evan Mobley gonna make a big step up this year, and you and also the Magic getting KCP on the team.
Yeah.
That first five, man, that's a dark. Cavs and Magic are dark horses to me. I'm like, those are not just easy outs. By no means. They have everything lined up, and they're
not saying that they would have been. Where do you think the Pacers go? Step up or step back?
I think the Pacers are. I think they're cool. I think they're cool. You know,
you think they take a step up this year or take a step back? Because they kind of played out of their mind last year.
Even keel because somebody got to step up. I mean, you're not. Look, bro.
Halliburton's not catching nobody off guard.
Halliburton and Miles Turner. Is that what you trying to really tell me? That like that's the 1, 2, and then who's the 3? Like I don't know. Like. It's Siakam. I'm just like, it's not enough, you know. But y'all, you know, you're cool too. But in the East, I got the Cavs and the Magic over them this year. They're not going to catch nobody by surprise either.
What do you think about? What do you think about? I'm about to say, I'm about to take it over to the West. What do you mean, like in a good way or bad way?
It's so much. Yeah, this is I think the league, both conferences. It's not easy. It's
oh my God, I'm thinking about the addition
Kings
of
got DeRozan. Kings got DeMar DeRozan. His kid, it's DeMar, De'Aaron, it's a bonus now.
I didn't even realize
that is a big deal.
Yeah, that
and
is
they
crazy.
still have Malik, Kevin Horner. Like, bro, the Kings should really be tough.
Horner completely disappeared last.
You know what I'm saying?
Was it towards the end of the year, the playoffs? He completely disappeared last year. Herter.
Yeah, Horner. Right.
Yeah.
But now you have a real.
Like a real third option.
Come on. And now the players are complimentary like they should be.
Yeah.
Yo, Kings should be able to. They can run it up with anybody.
I was going to say the Mavericks getting Clay is kind of crazy.
Really
if I want to see Clay be Clay, I don't want to see him be a shell of himself like he was last year.
That's the thing,
but
I think we he's still average. I think we compared him to what we known him to be. Last year, standalone by the stats, 18 off 39% threes. Mavs need that.
Yeah.
You could do exactly what you did last year, bro. Just be clutch when it comes to playoff. Yeah. But like you could do exactly what you did, and the Mavs would be thankful for that. That's what they need. Yeah. And I'm just like, yo, Clay, you're not what you were, but bro, you're a fucking Achilles tear, an ACL tear. After like, bro, I'm not expecting you to be like, why is Clay not? Bro, you're 34, 35. Bro, give me fucking 18 a game. That's love. And you're a fucking 3-point threat. You're not a fucking Tim Hardaway Jr. Yeah. Right? Like, these are two different worlds of a player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna, but they're the same.
Tim Hardaway Jr. was a 3-point threat until he just started missing them. He's good. He's just so when he's on, he's good. Like he disappeared last year. Yeah, like he disappeared towards the end of the year last year.
Then you have fucking. I mean,
I fuck with Tim Hardaway.
The Grizzlies had their whole fucking bench playing the whole fucking year. They like sat everybody down. Now you have everybody back and John Morant, and you got Zach Edey, the fucking rookie for Purdue.
Yeah. He's a center.
I'm like, yo, the Grizzlies, do we forget, right, the year before last year, they were looking scary.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
and Morant was out the whole last year.
Morant got a fucking mission, man. Yeah. He was, Morant is on the, and I'm like, that ain't going nowhere. Pelicans got DeJounte Murray.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And Zion, I think, going to make, now, how he played at the end of last season, I think Zion going to play to what
he's talking like he's talking like he wants to be serious. You know what I'm saying? But it's like
the second half of last season, bro. After all that little shit popped, he really responded well, bro. I was like, yo, bro, this is crazy. Zion was so crazy. He's actually the best playmaker on the team. It's really nuts that player coming down the court really is seeing shit. Like, it's crazy. Brandon Ingram, though, to me is the key on that team.
Yeah,
man.
Absolutely.
He needs to fucking stop being yes.
Okay.
Like, bro, they have
they got 5 stars right there. That's crazy. That's
bro.
Crazy. They got 5 stars literally.
It's really crazy. The Rockets, really promising young team, man. Rockets on the up and up too.
I mean, OKC adding Hartenstein is kind of crazy.
Adding Hartenstein
and Caruso is crazy.
He's the oldest player on the team.
Yeah,
30.
That's
oldest
crazy.
Player.
OKC is
nasty. Be making that finals run. They about there.
I completely skipped over this team when we was talking about the East.
Go be in the playoffs.
I completely skipped over this team when we was talking about the East. But what about Milwaukee? What you think?
Milwaukee,
what do you think Dame does?
I don't think we can count them out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, I'm still also, let's see what they do, but I can't count them out.
Yeah, I'm also not. I can't count them out either. But I'm also like, they got
a full half
for whatever reason. They're not like. I don't even know if like the media sees them as like a legitimate contender.
I think
I don't really be hearing about them like that.
I just think people are just. This is the thing. To be honest, I think Milwaukee's in a good position. Those players like that.
Get eyes off of you. Man. Don't get the eyes off. Don't get the expectations. Is Doc still coaching there?
Put that monkey on Giannis.
Doc Rivers still coaching?
Yeah, he there. I'm not. That's what I don't like. Yeah. But other than that.
But yeah, get the eyes off of you. Don't get the pressure on you.
Put that monkey on Giannis and Dame.
Sneak up on folks.
Days back. Oh, those are the wrong
ones. Or just have no expectations.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say to the Bucks, that's a veteran team. It's a vet team. You got some people that won that shit there. If they put it together, you can't count them out.
Yeah,
you cannot you got Giannis, man. Yeah, you can't count that shit out.
Chris Middleton, Dame is still one of the clutchest players to me.
And if Middleton is healthy, that's a huge if. But I think the Bucks, hopefully they've prepared for the worst, even if that happens. Because Middleton being injured, you can kind of book it.
I'm weak.
You can kind of book it.
Let's take these over to NFL too, because I feel like
off top.
Robert Saleh getting fired. What's your thoughts on that, bro? I'll tell you what I think after you say.
Yeah, I think it was undeserved, even though you could paint a picture in terms of it can look like you had to go. You had, you were 20 and he was 20 and
36 in his tenure there.
So
not 1 year did he have a quarterback until this year.
Yeah, right. Like exactly. Like if somebody want to talk about that, it's like, well, we could talk about how his specialty coming into this shit was like defense. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that maybe that he was even your head coach to begin with, maybe you can even go back there. But the fact that he got fired today, I feel like that really falls upon Aaron. You know what I'm saying? Because everything, the team has kind of conceded everything to work around him offense, and how he wants it to work. Obviously, you can't control how, like at the start of the game last season, boom, you tear your
play Achilles. Of the game.
Nobody blaming him. But now you gotta work with.
Still made it work. Would they win like 4 games, 5 games last year, or something like that? Still made it work with like Zach Wilson is not an NFL quarterback, bro, and he still won some games. They edged some games out last year.
They were able to make it seem as if we had this
quarterback, then we would be all right.
We'd be scary.
Yeah, not even all right, but Super Bowl contender. Exactly, like right? You know what I'm saying?
So now that you have, boom, he comes in.
But you said something that I gotta contest. Like you said, nobody really expects much out of a defensive quarterback or a defensive guy as the head coach? Because I feel like a lot of successful head coaches are defensive guys.
I'm more so saying what I'm saying is it's in hindsight now. Yeah. I'm not saying that initially that I'd be like, he's a defense. I mean, Belichick is a defensive coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying in hindsight now, it looks as if he's like, is Saleh more of a coordinator guy? Like you're not gonna get a coaching job right after this. You're gonna get what your specialty was, coordinator job. And you're gonna build. And this is the thing: use the defensive coordinator for the fucking 49ers. You know what the fuck you're doing. Yeah. You do know what you're doing. But it's kind of like, yo, Aaron, because of this happens, you bring all of these questions upon Saleh when it's like.
All of the questions were on the offensive side of the ball. If you look at the first 5 games for the Jets, all of their questions and all of their like disappointment was coming from the offensive side, not the defensive side. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you really should be looking at Nathaniel Hackett. You really should be looking at
the thing though. You're a head coach, right? You're head coach though. You're not defensive coordinator anymore. So it's like we can't. We're getting into the weeds, but I feel like at the end of the day, you're going to be blamed for however the offense.
You're the highest level of accountability.
Exactly. Like we could be like, yo, bro, it really wasn't his fault, but it's like, yo, bro, I'm the one that's going to take that bullet.
But the thing is, like, why does somebody got to take a bullet? It's 5 games into the season. Y'all are 2-3. Y'all aren't 0-5. Y'all aren't 1-4.
Because they did it to themselves. They did it to themselves the way that they sold their fan bases, the way they probably sold everybody in that building. They are trying to save this season. They're not about to try to sell to the base that we need 1 more year. This is not the year. You cannot. Nobody's going for that. So they're like, we need to do something. The one thing that we can control is just
when has anybody?
It's like, damn,
tell me if I'm wrong about this, but when has anybody? When has any team? Go ahead.
This is what I'm just gonna be like. All right, he's going. We'll see.
That's what I'm saying. When has any team? When has any team ever replaced a head coach mid-season and then go to the Super Bowl or go to the play? You know what I'm saying? Like, when does that happen?
I don't know if you saw.
Actually, I want to say the Raiders. Antonio Pierce. I was about to say. They just won the last couple of games. Or they were competitive in the last few games.
Like, this ain't no fucking John Gruden. How he at least started the season off with with it.
Nah, so I'm like that, but that's why I'm like, why does anybody got to be a scapegoat 5 games in? Like, why don't you just ride the season out, see what happens throughout the rest of the season, and if it don't happen this year, because the thing is, it's still early enough to turn it around. It's still early, but just hear me out. It's still early enough. They're 2-3. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still early enough to still make a push to make the playoffs.
This is why it's really all Aaron's fault. He finessed them. It all rides, like, bro. That's everything rides on Aaron Rodgers being the fucking quarterback. It doesn't look like he's what the fuck they thought he was. So now it's like, you cannot push it down the road. He won't be better next year. So
no, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, why does Robert Saleh got to be sacrificed because Aaron Rodgers isn't looking like what we thought he was going to look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, finish the season. If Aaron Rodgers don't look like finish the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was what I'm saying.
To me, I think they're just trying to just be like, yo, we're doing something, and we're going to get a different, like, just change it up. But the thing is, you still got somebody within the building. You got the defensive coordinator. He just hired him.
Yeah.
So it's like,
they put another defensive guy in that spot. Okay,
like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's not good.
Yeah,
because y'all are really the biggest catfishes in the league right now in terms of what y'all sold y'all base. Like, and to be honest, everybody else too. I really thought, damn, Jets gonna be a problem this year.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're not. But the thing is, it's still early. To me, it's like it's still early. We're 5 games. Okay, to that point, right? Do you think the Bengals are cooked? They're 1-4 right now.
Just because the division they're in, they could be cooked. Just because of the division they're in, but they could come back.
Part of me feels like the Bengals do this all the time. I think the last 4 seasons they started off like 1-3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not saying this is no small feat to overcome. But to me, I'm like, we got to get to like week 7 before I'm starting to say whether a team is cooked or not. You know what I'm saying? For me, you know what I'm saying?
No, trust me, I hear you. I just think I hear you. I feel you. I just think the Jets are just trying to let's be early instead of late.
Yeah.
It's harder to, like, week 7, week 8. That's now y'all saying, we're finding a coach and we're done on the season. Like, at that point, I would say the season is done if you're making that type of move.
I mean, if it's week 8 and you're if it's week 8 and you're like, 3-4, 3-5, the season's not done. You know what I'm saying? And I compare that to being in week 5 and you're 2-3. You know, like you're one game below 500. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many games they're back in their division, but they're probably not that far back if the Patriots are in that division. Who else is in that division?
And you keep saying why, right? Again, don't think that Aaron Rodgers did not have a hand in saying
get Saleh out of here.
The GM is not getting Saleh out of here and being like, yo, Aaron, that nigga's gone. So no, Aaron Rodgers.
You think Aaron Rodgers turned his back on Saleh? Because the reason I say turned his back is because Saleh got in his guys for him.
To your point, Aaron, you've played 5 games with this motherfucker. Just 5. Everybody else has played.
He's been here for like 4 years.
He's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone now. And you got your boy as your OC, and they just elevated the defensive coordinator. And I'm just like, not
only did he get his offensive coordinator, they went and signed Alan Lazard because of him. They went and signed, you know what I'm saying?
If you look at the Jets move, everything they do is, if Aaron say it, they'll do it. If Aaron said to get rid of Saleh,
why do these old ass Packers quarterbacks have their way with the Jets? To the Jets. I'm going to say to the Jets particularly. I feel like it's part of their contract to go sabotage the Jets when they're done. Like, what the fuck?
That fucks with Aaron Rodgers, this shit, the last 2-3 years, he's thrown me off. I don't know why he moving the way he be moving. Because it's like, yo, bro, you like, You act like your shit don't stink a little bit, bro. Like,
no facts.
You're not like you think
you got one Super Bowl, bro. Like
you think you was Peyton Manning?
Yeah.
You know what Peyton Manning did when he went to the Broncos? He threw 56 touchdowns,
and he took him to the Super Bowl.
He broke the fucking record. And then
facts.
fucking what did Brady do when he went to the Buccaneers?
No, that's facts.
Rodgers, don't tell me you didn't think you was about to be on the same type of time.
That's facts.
You thought that's what it was gonna be. All right, you got injured. Now you came this year, bruh.
But even like I feel where you're coming from, and I actually agree with that. But I do still feel like it's early.
But you also the nigga molding the team now.
Yeah.
Like as you saying this early, niggas should tell Aaron Rodgers that. Bro,
yeah, no facts.
Why the fuck you get rid of the nigga?
That's what I'm saying.
Or drop that birdie. That's like, yo, bro, you could get rid of him. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
It did not happen.
So we can move on from him. Yeah,
100%. It did not happen like that.
Yeah.
You know.
I want to take it to some of the more success stories of the NFL. What do you think about Jaden Daniels? I know you're not a Commanders fan, and you know that I am one.
Yeah, man.
But do you think he's for real? Like,
yeah, he is for real.
Yeah,
I think he's for real.
Yeah,
I think he's for real, and he knows how to slide. So,
not now. Week 1 and week 2, week 3, like this nigga could not slide. And even when he would slide, it looked like he's gonna hurt himself. Like.
I think y'all got one, and I think actually, it's a big deal that it's a new regimen. The owner's gone. It just seems like it's really.
And I think I was even on the record saying on this show earlier before the season started that like I wasn't really sold on the hiring of Dan Quinn as our head coach, who's another defensive guy.
I like it a lot.
It is him and Cliff Kingsbury, like they're good. Like he lets him do his thing offensively, even though our defense kind of gets cooked. Like against the Browns was probably our best defensive showing.
Ben don't break defense.
Yeah. But we have an offense that can keep up. Not even keep up, but like lead the charge. We have an offense that can score, and our defense just don't let them score more than us.
From fucking Jaden Daniels to fucking Terry McLaurin to Eckler to Brian.
Brian Robinson.
Bro.
Even McNichols, the third running back.
Bro.
De'Ami Brown. De'Ami Brown had a nice touchdown on Sunday. Like there's some weapons. And then Zach Ertz. We got Zach Ertz, I think, on this side. Like, there's
it's a new day.
Yeah. And what's funny is that like I saw all those names on paper coming into the season, and I wasn't like,
because we just didn't know about
facts.
Terry's the only dude. I don't give a fuck.
Terry's a star wherever you put him. Yeah.
Look what he does with
no quarterbacks.
Look what he does. He's one of the most like Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
Trust me, he now people are gonna really talk about him this year. Like he's so tough. But
I don't know, watching that Cleveland game, bro, on Sunday, Commanders versus Cleveland. Deshaun, like I remember telling Serge, because Serge came over right after that, and I remember telling him, dog, there was a play, they were going into halftime, and they were trying to get a score like right before the half, and they're like, it's like 4th and goal. They want to go for it. Their coach wants to go for it. Deshaun Watson is walking away from the huddle like, I don't want to go for it. Did they explain what happened right there?
Yeah, basically the optics look so bad, but it was basically he took he wanted to call a time.
The delay of game?
It was either took the delay of game because they didn't want it because it was their last. I think they called a timeout.
Yeah.
But Deshaun didn't want to do it because that was their last timeout. He wanted to take the delay of game. And then they just walked. It was like a total miscommunication
kind of thing.
Coach.
Yeah.
It's funny even about that though, because they said earlier today, they're like, supposedly people found Deshaun's burner on X.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's funny what it was saying. It was just basically to say free for.
Oh my god,
free for it. It basically is just saying fucking.
What you mean free him? This nigga's getting $230, $230 fully guaranteed. Like they should he should free Cleveland. Like what the fuck?
He basically he was like
that nigga's not in jail. That nigga's not in jail like at all. He's just collecting a check at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's saying it's bad. It's bad.
But let's talk about your Buccaneers real quick. How you feel about them?
I mean, I like you.
Baker, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I think I've even said to you, like, I'm just not sold on Baker. Like, he's just not. I look at him and I'm just like, this is your starting quarterback. But nah, he's been balling. I cannot hold him. Like, he's been balling. Motherfuckers is talking about Sam Darnold as a possible MVP candidate. Which don't get me wrong, Sam Darnold was balling, and I'm happy to see it.
I love my Bucks, you know.
Yeah,
but let's give some kudos to Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold is definitely a small little testament of just give
perseverance.
Yeah, but just give.
I'll give him a weapon. Yeah. Oh, to people, to players.
Yeah, man.
I'm always saying that
these motherfuckers up.
I'm always saying that, bro.
It's not. It don't be ready. Darnold has gotten his fair share of some experiences now, and he's been on teams with no weapons,
terrible teams,
bad teams, Panthers, Jets. Like I forgot who he's. I think he was drafted to the Jets.
He was drafted by the Jets.
It's been bad, but now the Vikings were prepping for their future. They picked their first pick was a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They're already ready, and he got towards ACL.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're like, Darnold was the safety net. Darnold's like, bro, I have the best receiver
Justin
in
Jefferson.
The game.
What?
And I have who's the second?
Not Madison. Not Madison. I can't remember his name.
It's close.
Addison.
Yeah. Addison is one of the best two. Is one of the best two. And I'm like, bruh. And if you're looking at Darnold is throwing.
He's throwing good balls.
He's
throwing good balls.
Put in that shit.
Yeah.
Right there. And I'm like, bro, this not no like, oh, Darnold, like, bruh, niggas know Darnold. There's mad footage of Darnold.
Yeah. He's got an arm.
He
couldn't stay upright.
He had an arm. Couldn't stay right. And he sometimes was reckless.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, it's not hype. It's not hype. Vikings are really tough on both sides of the fucking ball. And I'm like, the beautiful thing is, I think they got their quarterback, and now they got leverage. I would trade him to a team that needs
the one they drafted
100%.
Just stick with Darnold.
Darnold he's not old. That's it.
Yeah,
you just lucked up. And to the Carolina Panthers quarterback, I'm starting to see more and more. I would actually love him to go to the Rams.
Bryce Young?
That would.
And just sit behind Matt Stafford for a little bit
if he could go. But I don't know if they. Yeah, man, that'd be tough. He need to go there because I don't think, to be honest, man, I think Bryce Young is
done in Carolina.
I think, and I think
last year was his first year, right?
Yeah. And I know it looks so bad, and now Dalton is there because Dalton is more ready to go. I don't think Bryce Young is a bust. I just really do think it's like, bro, you need to give
that environment.
You need to give people position to be successful.
That's what I'm always saying, dog. Like I hate the. I mean, but it is what it is, and it's crazy because like this is actually a year where rookie quarterbacks are killing on teams that were expected to be bad.
Had his first.
Caleb Williams is doing, and the Bears are 3-2. You know what I'm saying? Like the Redskins are the Commanders are 4-1. Bo Nix is over there balling in Denver.
Him and Sean Payne was getting into it, but
were they? I'm weak. I didn't see that.
Yeah, but I don't know. They said he got a little Ferris Bueller in him. I don't know what the fuck that means, though. I don't know. Does that mean
laziness? I think Ferris Bueller's day off. Ferris Bueller's day off. But I don't know. Does that mean like he don't give a fuck? Like he don't care? Like he's carefree? Like
yeah, right. I think it's like that.
He don't care enough. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not a first guy in, last guy out kind of guy.
Type thing.
Okay.
But he's funny though.
Yeah, that's funny. But it's going to be. There's some good games this weekend. I think. That Commanders Ravens game is going to be crazy. I mean, we didn't even talk about Lamar. Shit. Like Lamar's been going crazy.
For the first time, that game is actually
means something.
It means something to both teams.
Because they usually play. I think every year they play like in the preseason.
Area pride or something like that. It means
positioning.
We need this for our season because we're balling.
Facts.
That is crazy.
It's good to see. I wonder where that game is.
I've never seen it, so it is.
No, facts. I know.
As somebody that's not a fan of either team, I like to see it too.
No, that's dope. That's cool. But I think that's going to do it for today's episode. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see y'all next week.
Early.